I'm about to sow some potatoes and I'm going to show you guys how I do my potatoes. So I've got my potatoes here. This variety is called Waipurupuru and it is a Māori potato and my favourite potato to grow and to eat. Purple type of potato and inside it is a creamy colour, so definitely my favourite potatoes. So the first thing you want to start doing when sowing your potatoes is you want to make a trench, and I'm going to be digging a trench that is 150 mils deep, and I'll show you how I do that. I've got 2 rows of potatoes. I've got one on this side and I've also got one on this side, and I've spaced them 1 metre apart from one another. So you want your trench to be about 150 mils deep, and this is going to help so that we can put sheep pellets at the bottom of the trench, and the sheep pellets are going to be a steady feeder for the potatoes over the long period of time that they're in the ground. This ground has rested, so I've let it rest a bit, and I do have horse manure on top of the soil. I'm just coming through and making the trench more visible so that I can put the sheep pellets in the bottom of the trench. So we've got a trench here and it's about 150 mils deep. You can see the soil life is good in here, there's heaps of worms. So the next thing you want to do is you want to grab your sheep pellets. Got my Tui Organic Sheep Pellets, and now I'm going to be placing these in the bottom of the trench. Just taking a handful, tipping a little bit of sheep pellets into the bottom. And I like to be generous with the amount of sheep pellets that I put into the trench. This is what the potatoes will be feeding on in time to come. And there we've got the sheep pellets. We're going to turn the sheep pellets into the soil. Just give it a good mix in there. And then I'm going to grab a bit of dirt and I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit over the top. We want to make sure that there's a barrier of soil between the sheep pellets and the potatoes. So originally I dug the trench to 150 mils deep, so that's about 15 centimetres, half a ruler, and we're filling it so that there's a space of 100 mils before we put the potatoes down. So I'm going to grab my potatoes. So I've got my potatoes here and I'm going to be placing them sprout up. So there's a few sprouts on here. Sometimes I'll just nip a few off and then I will place this in the soil with the sprout up. If it's already sprouted like that, I normally just plant them like that. If you want to help them sprout like that, all you need to do is place them in the sun, out in the light, and leave them there for a couple of days or until they start to sprout up like that. And so let's get started. What I do, so I give it a little bit of room from the side, then I just place it down like that, and the next one I space them about 25 centimetres apart. So placing them down, sprout up 25 centimetres apart. So there we are there with all the potatoes about 25 centimetres apart in a trench that is 150 mils deep with 50 mils of sheep pellets and soil at the bottom, and then on top of that we've got the DY sitting there. So we're going to cover it up with 100 mils of soil. I don't break the soil too much, but I just break it up just a little to let it sort of crumble in there. Where I have my potatoes at the moment are actually in part shade, and that's okay. Potatoes quite like the shade. They do need to get a bit of sun, but they will grow fine in an area of part shade. So after that is give it a little pat down. You could give it a water after this if you like, but I'm not going to water it because we did have some rain last night. And then what you want to do is just cover it with a bit of mulch. So I've just got some composted horse manure that I'm covering it with, but you could cover it with some lawn clippings, and that's how I do my potatoes. Thank you guys for watching my video on how to grow potatoes. Keep up to date with what's to come next. See you guys.